What's going on, family? Welcome to another episode of DNA Shots Fired, where if you ain't shooting your shot, you ain't got a shot. So today I wanted to share with you a gun that's near and dear to my heart, and that's my Glock 23. Now the thing about this gun is, it is loaded. Well, not really, but we treat all guns as though they're loaded. So with that being said, I'm gonna show you that this gun isn't really loaded, and that it's safe for handling. So as you can see, it is empty, and you will never see me put this finger or any of my fingers on the trigger until I'm ready to shoot. Just want to keep that, always keep that in mind. Even when you know the gun is not loaded, keep your finger off of that trigger to get it into the subconscious mind that we only put our finger on the trigger when it's time to fire. And that just makes for safe handling again. So with that being said, family, let's get into it. So one of the first purchases I made for this gun. Now this gun looks quite a bit different than it did when I first got it. And I looked at that gun, I was like, it's plain. It's really, really plain. And I'm someone who loves to work with my hands. And I wanted to add personality to my gun. And I think this gun really speaks to my personality because, again, I love to create. So, first purchase I got was this slide. And this slide, I believe I purchased on eBay. It was just over $100 at the time. And I'll leave links in the description of all the purchases that I made. So if you decide that this is something you want to do or you're interested in, you'll have a place to shop for these items. The next purchase I made was a conversion barrel because this is chambered in 40. I wanted to go to 9mm because it's cheaper. It's cheaper, family, and I love to go to the range and I love to shoot my gun. So I went with 9mm. 40 cal, still a great caliber, but again, it was just cost. That's all it was for me. Now, the other purchases I made was the front sight and the rear sight, a Glock, and I believe I paid 60 bucks for that on Amazon. One of the more important purchases that I made that I'm very, very proud of was this Holosun sight. This is the Holosun 507C ACSS Vulcan, and that has the green chevron symbol that shows up in the window. And so when you're trying to acquire that target, it makes for acquisition. I mean, it makes that much more faster. You're gonna get on target really, really quick with that. I have a Trijicon that's on my Glock 17, and I will tell you, family, be real with you, I love my Holosun. The Holosun, I'll buy these 100 times over. And it has nothing to do with the cost. They're just good sights, in my opinion. This is just my opinion. They are just good sights that hold zero, and they're reliable. I've never had one fail, you know. So I'm talking hundreds of rounds through this gun. Now there's a story that comes with this this flashlight. So one day I was up at the range, and was up there all day. Sun started coming down. We left, and I forgot one of my magazines with the mag extension. Now we live in California, so when we add a mag extension to our gun, it doesn't really add any more capacity to the magazine. It's just for aesthetics, right? But I left that up there, and I paid a little bit of money for it, so I didn't want someone to happen up on that and be like, oh my gosh, I came up, look, ooh, I got a cool magazine extension for my Glock. So I had to go get that, and my son was like, well, Dad, it's dark outside, you might as well take the flashlight with you. And so this is a flashlight he had on his CZ PO1, and I put that on here. And like I said, I didn't want a flashlight at first, but I put that on here and I'm like, oh, that made this gun that much more better. I'm feeling it. I really like this. I'm like, you ain't getting this back. You're not getting this back. Ooh, as they turn that light on, but you're not getting it back. So I ended up buying this from my son. And so my son has a Glock 19 and he's done a bunch of upgrades on his. So another upgrade that I did on this gun was the trigger. Now, before I bought this trigger, there was another brand that I went with that, and I won't mention the brand on here because some of y'all may like it, and I don't want to discourage anyone from trying it out. And but for me, it just didn't work. I didn't like the way it felt or anything like that. But this, my son had this on his Glock 19 Apex trigger. I love the way it felt, and so I'm like, I gotta get it. And the cool thing about this one is it has the American flag on it. And we love America, so it was so fitting, right? Another upgrade that I did to this gun was slide extension. This slide, when this thing locks back, I mean, it just makes it, whew, it's just so easy. All you gotta do is brush your thumb against it. One more time, just brush your thumb against it. And I mean, it makes it so easy to release that slide when it locks back. I also added a mag release extension. That's important because if you're in a gun battle and you need to reload, you want that to go fast, you know. You want that to go pretty quick because you don't want to be fiddling around with your gun trying to get the magazine out and you end up getting shot and killed, you know. So that's important, especially if it's a bad guy that's coming for you. You want to win against the bad guys. I also got the mag base plate, right? Totally for aesthetics. It matches everything else, the red in the gun. So went with that. I love it. I love that. Now, one of the things I'm most proud of is the stippling. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that on camera. I'll try to get it. Come on, focus that in. So you can kind of see that it's like a wheel pattern with spokes in it. And I just put that all together and I was loving the way that looked. I was loving the way that. Now, the most important thing, family, is when you're doing these upgrades to your gun, as long as you like it, that's the only thing that matters. And I love it. I love this gun. I love everything about it. I mean, it shoots. I've never had a failure with this gun. It shoots flawlessly. It's easy to get on target, and it's just a beast of a gun, and it looks good doing what it does. And so there you have it, family. My Glock 23 with all its upgrades, and I'm trying to think of is there anything that I missed, and hopefully I didn't, you know. But that's it. So if you're liking the content, family, please like and subscribe. Get us in that algorithm. And if you don't like it, let me know, you know. But with that being said, peace and love, family.